We're about ready to start the program. For those members of the speaking program, we have reserved seating here for you. If you would please take your seat, we'll get started. We are waiting for one more speaker, but we'll insert them in as we go on. So good morning again. Let me first introduce myself. I'm Ramiro Salazar, Director of the San Antonio Public Library. I want to thank all of you who are here to announce this year's Learn and Remember series. This is the 12th year for the San Antonio Public Library in partnership with the Holocaust Memorial Museum of San Antonio to be offering this program. It's a citywide month-long series, and I'm extremely proud of the work of both teams, the Holocaust Memorial Museum and the San Antonio Public Library have done. We have built this program throughout the 12 years that we have been offering this program. And again, I just want to express my deep appreciation for all the partners, for all the supporters, in particular the Holocaust Memorial Museum of San Antonio, who's our primary partner. So again, we're proud to be offering this series for 12 years. It just seems like yesterday we started this program. The whole premise of this program is to use the Holocaust, a very tragic historical event, to advocate for tolerance, to push back against hate, to express the need to value our differences. And so we use that tragic historical incident as a way to enlighten the community about the dangers of hate and intolerance. Again, so we're very proud we're proud to be offering this program. This year's theme is Upstanders, which recognizes individuals and encourages individuals to stand up when they see something that's wrong and take action. So that's the theme. The program offers, again, as I said, it's a citywide program, various activities, exhibits, lectures throughout the city of San Antonio. So it has a large reach within the community. At this time, I'd like to recognize members of the speaking program. I'll start with Mayor Ron Nuremberg. I will invite him shortly to the podium. State Senator Jose Menendez for District 26. He's on his way. Right, okay. He should be here shortly. Leslie Davis-Smith, who's the director of the Holocaust Memorial Museum of San Antonio. Nami Excelava, President and CEO of the Jewish Federation of San Antonio. I also want to recognize Councilwoman Marina Aldrete Gavito, representing District 7. Thank you, Councilwoman, for being here, to join us in this program. I also want to recognize several board members that are here. I'll start with Josie Martinez, representing District 3, Beth Graham, representing District 10, Carla, let me get your name again, Carla. Gordlo, representing District 1, Carla Vasquez, better known as Carla Vasquez to us. Thank you for being here, Carla. So at this point, I'll start with the program, and I'd like to invite our first speaker to the program, Mayor Ron Nuremberg. He's been not only a champion of libraries, but he's been a champion of this program. He's been a strong supporter for Learn and Remember, and we're happy to have him here as part of the program. Mayor?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Ramiro. First, I just want to say thank you once again to Ramiro, his team, the trustees of the board of the library, the San Antonio Public Library Foundation, Friends of the Library, and then Howie's Nestel for the incredible vision to bring this program to the city of San Antonio, which is now in its 12th year, the 12th annual Holocaust Learn and Remember series. And as the great Senator Jose Menendez ascends on the staircase, I want to thank him publicly also, because we know we live in a time when Holocaust denialism is no longer in the back corners of our society. In fact, a recent poll suggested that among 18 to 29-year-olds, a full 1 in 5 of them agree with the statement that the Holocaust is a myth. That was a poll that was recently taken. And so the goal of the Holocaust Learn and Remember series is to do what the senator made his mission a couple of sessions ago, which is making sure that we do not forget the past and that we don't allow distance in memory to erase the horrors that occurred in modern-day Europe. For the past 12 years, this program has provided an opportunity for the people of San Antonio to honor the memory of those affected by the Holocaust. This program series is also an opportunity to reflect on our lives and interactions with each other. As a community, we should practice tolerance and acceptance with one another, and reflecting on this dark period of history can help. This program now has become integral in raising awareness throughout our community of the injustice and persecution suffered by so many as a result of this historic event. And the reason why I mentioned Senator Menendez is because his presence, not only at events like this, but also as our representative in the legislature, ensures that children and young people in Texas learn these lessons and are able to apply them in everyday lives. Here in Texas now, it is a requirement in our Texas curriculum to learn about the Holocaust, thanks to Senator Menendez. And here in our city, because of the Learn and Remember series, we're able to take these lessons and ensure that they are told for generations of young people, and now going on 12 years. By learning about this tragedy, we put forth the understanding that it is our responsibility to always strive for justice and fair treatment of everyone. And of course, it's in the nature of libraries to offer information and opportunities for people to learn our history so that we can continue growing and bettering ourselves and our communities for the future. So I look forward to this opportunity to educate our city so that we can forever work towards equity and fair treatment for everyone. Again, thank you, Ramiro. Thank you, Howie, Leslie, the Federation, everyone who's leaned in over the decade plus that this Learn and Remember series has been going. And may God bless you all. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Mayor. Before I invite Senator Menendez to the podium, I do want to recognize Howie Nestel. I'll tell you a little about Howie when I invite him to the podium to make closing remarks. There's one thing about being scripted. Sorry, it was not on my notes, but he's a good friend of mine. I'll tell you more about Howie when I introduce him later in the program, but I wanted to recognize him. Now at this time, I would like to welcome Senator Menendez to the podium.
I think Ramiro and Howie have been hanging out together. They're starting to sound alike. I was thinking about that when you were talking. Good morning, everyone. Qué bonito día. God bless us on this beautiful day. We know we need the rain, and what an appropriate place to be here in the San Antonio Central Library, right? Because as we embark on this 12th annual Holocaust Learn and Remember series, I hope that we remember that each of us need to find the time, make the time, to reflect on the historic events in our history, even when it's a dark history, even though when it's an ugly history, whether it's our history here in this country, whether it's our history in Europe, wherever there has been this darkness, we need to take time to reflect on the events, because these events is what has shaped, in one way or another, all of our lives. So in the fall of 2019, when the four ladies in the car were on NPR talking about not being able to find anybody to file legislation to require this, I could not believe it, and I was thanking God that I was driving home from Austin like I did early in session, and I was listening, and I called in and I said, "You haven't come to see me?" And I said, "I will file the bill tomorrow. Let's get together." And so we did. And so the passage of the bill, its goal is to ensure that the continued education of our students in Texas about the history and the lessons, however painful they may be, of the Holocaust. And at times, whether it was this bill or David's law, I would get frustrated with some of my colleagues telling me, that's not a problem in rural Texas. That's not a problem in my neck of the woods. That's an urban. No, it's an issue that needs to be known around the world. And that's the issue. Just like the mayor said, there are so many people who are choosing to believe whatever truths they want, whatever set of facts they are being told, that's what they're choosing to believe, because they're not being taught at an early age. So it's programs like this, the Holocaust Remember series, that are perfect examples of the ways that we can continue to honor those lost and impacted by this horrific moment in history. And as you heard the mayor talk about the many that were impacted, many don't realize, yes, we know, most of us know about the 6 million Jews that horrifically were murdered, but they don't know too that they were throwing, whether they be gypsies or homosexuals or disabled or anyone who was aiding and helping the Jewish community. There was a big group of Roman Catholic priests that were murdered as well. They have to realize that this was a genocide, a crime against humanity that was focused on the Jewish community, but was also against anybody that didn't agree with their mindset. That's a very important lesson that we have to take forward. So, as we go forward, learning about the Holocaust does more than just honor the memory of those that were impacted by it. It also provides a reminder of the errors, the horrors of our not so distant past, so that we can recognize those steps, those words, those actions that can start to lead to atrocities in other parts of the world and even here at home. We have to do everything we can to ensure a better world for our children and their children. So I want to thank the library, I want to thank Ramiro, the public library, I want to thank the Holocaust Memorial Museum of San Antonio, Leslie, for your continued efforts to inform our community about the Holocaust and so much more. Thousands and thousands and thousands of Texas children have gone through your museum. I want to thank NAMI for his help. I want to thank the mayor for his kind words, but I want to let you know that in all reality, as we were moving the bill forward, it was unfortunate that we were told that we could not make it a mandate. We could establish the week. And so thanks to NAMI and the Federation and Leslie and others, we have been working to find ways to reach out to school districts to make sure that they are aware of what was available and how are they using it, so that we can help them understand that it does nothing but help them and their communities to learn about the Holocaust. We will get to the day where this educational information is a requirement in Texas. Today is not that day yet, but in Texas, unfortunately, even quality important things need to be incremental. So, I had to be completely upfront. At this time, I'd like to thank Ramiro for hosting us and welcome him back to the podium.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you for your continued support for promoting and supporting this kind of programs at the state level. So again, as I indicated during my introduction, a key partner for this program for Learn and Remember is the Holocaust Memorial Museum of San Antonio. Again, I cannot express my gratitude for the support and for the teamwork that we shared together. So at this time, I'd like to invite to the podium Leslie Davis-Met, Director of the Holocaust Memorial Museum of San Antonio.
Good morning, everyone. It truly does take a team for us to be able to do what we do. And we are so fortunate and blessed to have the support of the team that you see up here and the community around us. It is hard to believe, Ramiro, that it's been 12 years since we started this program. And every year we begin to think of themes and put a message around what we're doing and the educational programs we're offering to make it more meaningful for our community. And we couldn't think of a better theme this year than upstanders. We see a lot of hate in our world. We see a lot of troublesome activities, behaviors going on around us. And the truth is, we're very blessed here in San Antonio to live in a community where we really care about each other and we do stand up for each other. But we need to continue to understand that history. We need to continue to understand what happened and what are the lessons that we can learn, as Senator Menendez mentioned, in moving forward to truly create a compassionate community around our world. And that's one of the main reasons that we chose upstanders for this series. Utilizing some of the upstanders from the past, some of the righteous among the nation, two of them here in our exhibit here, that were identified as individuals that were not Jewish, living in Europe, that stood up against what was going on, the atrocities, the hatred, the anti-Semitism, the bigotry. And how do we translate that into today? So we hope that these lessons, these programs, and our presentations take us one step forward in understanding those lessons and bringing it into our community, not just our adult community, but our young adult community as well. So we're thrilled to be able to partner with the San Antonio Public Library. We're very excited about the closing program as well. We're kicking it off today, but we're thinking ahead. Our closing program is a unique presentation this year for a dramatic stage reading about an upstander and a Holocaust survivor. We're thrilled to be able to provide this program to the community over the next few weeks during International Holocaust Remembrance Month, leading into Texas Holocaust Remembrance Week in our schools. And we invite you to visit the museum and attend these programs to learn more, to join together with us in serving as a community of upstanders, bettering our future, bridging the past to a brighter future for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Before I invite the next speaker to the podium, I do want to recognize one board member who just arrived, Marcy Inns, representing District 9. Welcome, Marcy. And next to the podium that I would like to welcome is Nami Eklavov to make some remarks. He is the President and CEO of the Jewish Federation of San Antonio.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. So this event is a personal connection of my civil role, my citizenship of being a San Antonian, my 30 years of being in education, being a Texas certified superintendent, being able to wear ties like this, and my role in the Jewish community as the president and CEO of the Jewish Federation. I stand on the shoulders of those who came before me. Although we are celebrating, honoring the 12th year of this event, the fact is that previous to my role, I sat in Leslie's shoes as the director of the museum, and even I followed those who came before us. So the gentleman and Leslie up here and all the other leaders that have brought about today are really the ones that we should thank, even though they might not be in the room, because we are the recipients of their efforts, their vision, and their collaborations. So thank you to them. We're here this morning to recognize an annual and poignant collaboration between the Holocaust Memorial Museum and San Antonio Public Library, a unique union that this year will illuminate the theme of upstanders. As we gather here today, we're reminded of a dark chapter in human history which unfolded because of the malevolence harbored by a few individuals and the apathy displayed by countless bystanders. The Holocaust serves as an agonizing testament to the consequences of hatred. Hatred left unchecked, as the world witnessed the horrors inflicted upon millions of the victims of prejudice, discrimination, and unspeakable violence. It is a solemn duty for us here to reflect upon the past and to recognize that the Holocaust did not occur in isolation. It was enabled by the silence of those who chose not to confront the evil that unfolded before their very eyes. In the face of darkness, however, there emerged a beacon of hope, the upstanders, these courageous individuals driven by a moral imperative to defy the status quo. They stood up against the atrocities and sought to make a personal difference. Their actions, often undertaken at great personal risk, serve as a testament to the power of human decency and the potential for positive change, even in the bleakest of circumstances. Without the upstanders who defied the prevailing hatred, the toll of the Holocaust would have been even more catastrophic. Their bravery, resilience, and commitment to humanity played a vital role in shaping the eventual outcome of the war, preventing even greater loss. As we reflect on history, we're compelled to draw connections to the present. It is a stark reminder that the duty of upstanders is not confined to the pages of history, but remains relevant in our contemporary world today. Today we face new challenges as hate speech, terror, and the victimization of minority groups persist. We must stand united against these injustices, just as the upstanders of the past stood against the atrocities of their time. Let this collaboration serve as a call to action, urging each one of us to be vigilant against the seeds of hatred that threaten to sprout in our communities. In the spirit of the upstanders who came before us, let us actively challenge injustice, discrimination, prejudice, wherever they may arise. Together we can create a community, and dare I say, a world, where the lessons of the Holocaust guide us towards a future characterized by compassion, empathy, and unwavering commitment to the rights and dignity of all. Thank you. Thank you for joining us here at this kickoff event, at this year's Learn and Remember collaboration, as we remember the past, honor the upstanders and advocates for a future free from the shadows of hatred. Thank you.
Thank you, Nami. So, to close the program, I'm going to invite my good friend Howie Nestel to the podium, but I'm going to give you a little background because Learn and Remember started when we first met a little over 12 years ago. We had been invited to a planning breakfast meeting of National Council of La Raza, and we were sitting next to each other, and we started chatting. And so I learned about Howie's work in the community, as well as his involvement with the Holocaust Museum and the Jewish Community Center here in San Antonio. So I talked to him about this program, this idea of partnering and creating a program that, again, would use the Holocaust as a tragic event to honor those that died in the Holocaust, but to use that as a way to continue to advocate and to enlighten the community about that tragedy, but also to advocate for this need to push back against hate, to embrace tolerance, to embrace the differences that we all have, different views. And so out of that discussion came, or the Learn and Remember came into being. So Howie was instrumental in connecting the San Antonio Public Library to the Holocaust Museum of San Antonio, and we have been working together for over 12 years. He's a good friend of mine, and at this point, at this time, I would like to invite him to the podium.
Well, good morning, everybody. I feel like I can almost say what I want because I'm not a senator, I'm not a mayor, I'm not a director of any nonprofit organization or government entity. I am a bystander struggling to become an upstander. And I'm not even from San Antonio, I'm a transplant from Laredo, but I came here to get married and to have children and to raise a family here. And for the better part of the 3 decades that I've been here, I felt like this is a safe haven. And then I start seeing the rise of anti-Semitism. Then I see LGBT groups being targeted. Then I see marches. Then I see protesters. And I see statues coming down. Then I think, what else can I do other than attend functions and galas and help raise money? And that's when, Nami and Leslie said, hey, this program that we're doing for Holocaust education needs some funding. Can you help us put together some funding? So now I worked on that. Senator Menendez and I helped collect clothing. The mayor's helped out as well for Gotcha Covered, for not only San Antonio homeless, but for now all the Central American refugees that are here and getting them clothing. And so there's so many moving parts to what's going on in San Antonio. Judge Johnny Permomo and I work with children battling cancer to give them these forever experiences. And that's how we met. As I meet people who I look upon to be upstanders, I feel like I'm getting to that point where I can be part of that group. But as a civilian, as a citizen, I have to do my part. My kids get mad at me for putting a lot of this stuff on social media. And I said, I do it in hopes to inspire others to do it. And once in a while, I get texts from people say, hey, thank you for doing that. We went and did the same thing. We went to the refugee center on San Pedro and Oblate, and we did some stuff thanks to what you're putting out. So there's always something to do. These people did something to save Jews. I think I can't be an upstander as a Jew who is concerned about being victimized. I have a vested interest. But could I go outside my comfort zone and help other people that may not ever be able to thank me, who may not ever meet me, but I know is the right thing to do? And I feel so humbled to be here among the San Antonio Public Library Foundation, city council people, state people from all walks of life that are coming together for a common cause. That was the idea behind Ramiro and I sitting there at National Council of La Raza, of all places, NCLR, talking about what else we can do. So thank you all very much. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. This too shall pass. We'll get through it. But it has to be done with people who care, who get it, who continue to push the message, as unpopular as it is. I thank you all for supporting it. I thank the media for putting it out there. It's important to get the word out. And the tens of thousands of kids that have been educated at the San Antonio Holocaust Memorial Museum. I say such a small room, such a little museum, but it has such a huge impact. So thank you all very much. Ramiro, thank you for the partnership. Library staff, you made my job easy, because in the early days I used to help get speakers together. Now I don't have to do anything other than show up. So thank you all very much. Have a great morning. Ramiro, thank you, buddy. Likewise.
Thank you, Howie. Thank you for the partnership and for your continued friendship. So this ends the program for members of the media who would like to speak to members of the speaking program. We have staff representative Scott Williams that's available, as well as Jessica Zurita, assistant to the director, who will be available and direct you to the appropriate person. Thank you all for coming, and thank you for supporting this program.